Welcome to the WD168. God gives us 168 hours every week to live, love, and enjoy. This is our take on this 168 from the Western Diocese. Last Sunday was Palm Sunday, and throughout our diocese, churches were decorated with ornate vegetation, floral arrangements, as a reminder of Jesus' triumphant entry into Jerusalem, signaling the beginning of Holy Week, the most sacred time of the entire year. Of course, that sacred time is just another week for most of the world as wars continue and the innocent lives of children are endangered by famine, disease, stray or aimed bullets. The big ones, the wars that are grabbing the headlines, are still there. But it's the non-headline wars and the hatred that concerns us. We Armenians are the first witness to the silence of the world, whether it was in 1915 during the genocide or over 100 years later, last September, when the people of Artsakh were exiled from their historic homeland. It's time to get with the program. The world, and I'm talking about all the people you keep appealing to, is not going to react. You see, their answer is to build bigger bombs and retaliate hate with hate. They're happy to absorb and take in what you have to say, like, all I want is the news, and I want it now. Or I'm a news junkie, I subscribe to all the major services. But ask them to act. Well, they'll write a letter, maybe, mandate a rule that sounds wonderful, or pass a sentence, and then? There's not much help for the poor and the weak who are being shelled, wounded, displaced, or killed, whether directly or slowly through hunger and deprivation. So let me get to the serious news this week. It's Holy Week. It acknowledges the greatest victory over evil, an event that is unparalleled in the history of the world. Jesus Christ, love incarnate, the Son of God, spreads love and understanding throughout the world, changes the rules for inclusiveness by living with those on the fringes, forsakes the trappings of materialism, and opts for a humble life in service to others. In return for his expressions of love, he receives a death sentence. He's betrayed by his closest friends, abandoned, mocked, in a display of the greatest expression of prejudice, intolerance, jealousy, anger, and hate. Does that sound like what's going on in the world? Slowly and through deprivation, he was nailed to the cross. The same hands that once took earth and created life were now being nailed to a cross by the creation of those hands. You want to talk about injustice, you want to talk about hatred, you want to talk about intolerance, it's all there. And the ultimate loss? Dead and buried. So what is this celebration? It's the celebration of life. A guarantee of the same for everyone. And it's proven and tested throughout history. It's called resurrection. Jesus' resurrection from the dead. That's the Easter message, Christos Hariavi Merelos, done without the escalation of war and hatred. In fact, done by the power of love. Now, here's the major news item. You are the proof of that powerful message. Your kids, your grandkids are the expressions of life. Do you realize we weren't supposed to be here? And here we are. Do you realize that 100 years ago, in the desecration of Armenia, no one would have believed that we'd be packing our churches to celebrate life? Think about it as you come to Easter services and can't find space to get in. That's the miracle of resurrection in your presence. There are always going to be crucifixions. This week we celebrate the next step to crucifixion, resurrection. It's the celebration of your Armenian Church. Yes, the Armenian Church that was established by Jesus Christ when he descended in Armenia, Echmiadzin, and pointed to the church. Now you can listen to all the victim mentality talk about people to acknowledge what we already know is true. Pass resolutions and make you feel good. Or you can celebrate Easter with bunny rabbits and eggs. And by the way, bunnies are mammals, live births, no eggs. Or you can make this the Easter that you jump into resurrection. The power of light over darkness, good over evil, and love over hatred. That's the news. Holy Week. Get plugged in at your church near you. And don't forget about all the electronic resources we have on our diocesan social media pages and, of course, at epostle.net, our electronic ministry that has a special series going on right now, the 9 Questions of Holy Week. One of the most beautiful services of our Armenian Church, the remembrance of the 10 maidens, was commemorated at St. Peter Armenian Church in Glendale for the last time. Once again, Father Yeria Yesayan, the parish priest there, led the congregation in this remembrance. The congregation was moved by the warm display of grace and elegance as young ladies marked the parable of the 10 maidens that was offered to us by Jesus. Our apostle team is in the process of documenting that sacred space. Thursday evening, feet washing took place in all of our churches, emphasizing the importance of humility in all that we do. At St. Leon Revontian's Cathedral, we're getting ready for a record attendance with tens of thousands crossing through the church doors in the next few days. Next week, we'll have a wrap-up of all the Easter celebration activities, and we look forward to greeting you in our churches this weekend with the message, Christos haria v'imerelos, blessed is the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And next week, we'll see you as we look at that 168 from the WD.